I put out a few fires in my time. Nothing huge, of course, usually just on my stove. You know what? We have a real treat this morning. We're with Dave, and Josh. They're part of the extrication unit here at Barrie Fire Department, Fire Hall number 3 on Big Bay Point. Dave Dunn, good morning to you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
You're the leader of the extrication team, and unfortunately, you often find yourselves in a situation much like you have the car behind us. The car's on fire, someone is inside, and time is working against you.
That's correct, yeah.
Not uncommon at all. So as far as the training goes, obviously you spend a lot of time working on this sort of thing. Let's show people what it is and how you train and prepare for these sort of situations. Set up what we're looking at right now, Dave, if you can.
Okay, what we're going to look at is a simile to a fifth door removal, which is complete side removal of a car in one simple technique.
Okay. So
Okay.
we're pretending that someone is inside the car.
Somebody's inside the vehicle. The first thing we need to do, Rob, is get you to break this glass here.
Okay,
so
and that's why
some safety glasses
I just
on.
want to say that's why we're wearing the helmet, that's why we're wearing the jacket, and why we're wearing the goggles as well. So you say, Dave, oh, thank you very much, Josh, appreciate it.
Place
so you want
your
to bring
hand,
this down?
Place the other hand.
Like
and
so?
Pop, there you
and
go.
Just pop it. Oh, wow. Very quick. Okay, so that lets you get in real quick. And then we also have Dave and Josh helping us out. Now, many people have probably seen this either on the highway or on the news before. We know it as the Jaws of Life, but it's actually a brand name. What do you call that?
These are actually called cutters, and they work in combination with another tool known as spreaders.
Okay, and essentially they're trying to remove the door.
Yes, it's exactly. For this evolution, we're going at the door from the hinge side,
okay,
rather from the nader bolt side being the normal access point of the door.
And again, this time is of the essence in this situation. The car's on fire, someone's trapped inside, and you guys have to get going sooner than later. And you've been able to open up the front door. Just sort of walk us through what he's doing right now.
Right now, he's cutting the top front hinge, and as he cuts through that, he's now going to step out. His partner, Dave, will grab the spreaders, and he's going to make access for him on the bottom part of the hinge.
Okay. And again, you guys just had a competition on this not too long ago.
That's right. We compete yearly in across Ontario in various extrication tournaments. One being called Turk, and the other one is the Jaws of Life tournament.
And you guys did pretty well.
We did okay, yeah. We placed 4th out of about 12 teams.
Not bad at all. You can always do better, but that's a good showing. So again, we've got the front door now jimmied, and now you're just going to basically cut out the rest of it. And when we're done with this, we're going to actually take a trip here to the back of the car.
We're going to go to the back of the vehicle, and we're going to see if we can't get you involved there as well, Rob.
Now, obviously, we're doing a demonstration this morning, and time is not of the essence, but on the highway, on Highway 400, you have a terrible situation. Time is working against you. These guys, they know that.
Absolutely, yeah. Very much
okay, so can we do the back here? We got a minute left if we can, oh, there you go. You got the door off. Okay, so show me what we're going to do back here, Dave.
Could you grab the spreaders there for Rob? Just drop the door. So we pre-pop this back door just to show you how a fifth door would work.
Okay.
These are our spreaders.
This is a spreader, okay. And you said this needs, thank you, Dave. This needs to go in on, oh, that's quite heavy. That needs to go in on.
That actually weighs about 50 pounds. So
on a
pop it in the base of the
angle?
B-post. That's great.
How's that look?
Perfect.
And I want to turn this
rotate that handle clockwise. There we go. And as you can see, the bottom of the B-post ripping out. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's...
Beautiful. Stop right there.
Turn it back?
Yeah.
Okay. And pop it out?
Just turn this back.
Okay.
There we go. And we can place that down, Rob.
Place this down gently.
Cut the
That
wires
is
there.
quite heavy. You said that's about 45, 50 pounds.
That's about 45, 50 pounds.
And again,
generates a spreading force of about 50,000 PSI.
And again, this allows you guys to get in there as quickly as possible. Again, we were doing a demonstration. I don't know what I'm doing, so it took a little longer. How quickly can you guys actually get in and get that person out?
We can do this complete side removal in about 2.5 minutes. If time was of the utmost essence, there are other techniques that we could use that would take probably 30 seconds or so.
Dave Dunn.
Josh is going to come in and cut the top
and he's
of that
going to cut that. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
You're welcome,
Real
Rob.
treat. Thanks for showing people how that works. You can see the guys are continuing to remove or at least get pieces of that car taken apart to get the person out. A real up-close, interesting look at what our firefighters do each and every day. Stay with us. You're watching A Morning, everyone.
While Casey looks for turkeys outside, we're going to go check back in with Rob Cooper. He is on a different mission this morning, hanging out with Barrie Fire Department on this Fire Prevention Week. And Rob, what are you up to now?
Yeah, thanks very much, Jennifer. I suppose from turkey calls to too many calls to the Barrie Fire Department. Shane Edwards, the fire prevention officer here in Barrie, telling us that the number of calls into Barrie's fire department have actually doubled from last year to this year, and that's a big concern for the fire department. Good morning again to you, Shane.
Morning.
We wanted to talk a bit about fire extinguishers and smoke alarms. Both are obviously crucial when it comes to homes. That start, I suppose, with the smoke alarms and what people should be looking for. They know they need them and they know to check them, but they need a good one.
Yes, they do.
Just having one doesn't work.
Yep, the early warning to get out safely is very important. There's a couple of, I just want to show people what's actually out there. You can get actually, if you're having trouble changing, you want to buy your, maybe your mother or a senior citizen a present, get them one of these, maybe a 10-year with a 10-year lifespan on the battery.
Okay.
So they don't maybe have to change the batteries as much, because some of these seniors, especially on Kempenfeld Drive in Barrie, they live in houses with 9-foot ceilings. So it's a good idea to have maybe one of these set up for them.
And the quality of
Yep.
these have really improved over the last few years,
Yes.
haven't they?
Yep, they got photoelectric, ionization, combination of the two. As well, look at this, guys. Look at this down. They've actually come up with battery wireless smoke alarms. So if I press this guy here, this guy goes
Oh, wow.
off. Yeah.
Okay. So it signals the other end of the house.
Yep, fantastic.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And the extinguishers are important as well. And these will go up in a minute. We'll
Yeah.
mind the noise.
Okay.
Again, you say small is useless, big is better.
Yeah, if you had a fire in your home, you want something that's going to put out the fire. So don't buy one of these puny little guys like this. You want a fire, you're going to be happy about something a little bigger to give you more agent to put out the fire.
Shane, again,
Yep.
thanks for your
Okay.
time. Appreciate it. Keith, take a walk with me. We're going to come in here and we're going to talk to Wendy Camber, who's a communications supervisor with 911. Wendy, good morning to you. If I could get you to just step forward a little bit. One of the messages you wanted to get out this morning is that when people call 911, they need to keep a few things in mind.
Yes, specifically what we want to talk about was the technical limitations associated to that cell phone use with regard to your location when you're dialing 911 from a cell phone.
So when you talk about technical limitations, you're talking about people, I would assume at home, think that when they call 911, your number pops up on the screen, and it probably does with a landline, but not with a cell phone or even a computer call.
That's exactly right. It does pop up. We get that caller's name, address, and telephone number when you dial from home. But what we want them to bear in mind is when you're using your cell phone, that number that registers is your home information. Where you're driving on the road, we don't know where you are.
Sure.
So you need to be prepared to be able to provide us with your location information.
And while the phone call is recorded, I suppose it's important for people to get as much information out as quickly as possible on that call, because if you're in a bad cell area and you sort of crack in and out, you might not be able to get the information. So the first thing people should do as soon as they get 911 is what?
Be prepared to tell us exactly where you are, because time is of the essence to get that emergency response to you. So be conscientious of your surroundings, where you are. One of the pieces of information that we generally like to give is advising the families when you're driving along to pay attention to where you are. What road are you on? What direction are you traveling in? Common places, intersections, that kind of thing.
Wendy, thanks so much for your time. Great
Appreciate
advice
it.
this morning.
Great.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Again, we're talking fire prevention and fire safety all morning. We're with the Barrie Fire Department, hall number 3 on Big Bay Point all morning. Stay with us. You're watching A Morning, everyone.